Howdy folks, Jody Marler with Fishcamp, and today we are doing the two van comparisons. With my buddy Jim, and they just picked up this REVEL. It's a Winnebago REVEL. Jim, you've had this for a month and a half.
Yeah.
I have not seen this. This is the first time seeing this. I've seen pictures of it, so we're going to kind of compare the two, where if you guys have seen our video walkthrough on my van, it's I'm a home builder, so this is a little more modular. Things come out, things flip up out of the way. It's simple, where this is on a whole other level. Okay, so let's start with the exterior, or basically the bones of it. Mine is a 2018 2500 Sprinter 4x4 that was the main build out was done by Beartooth VanWorks here in Bozeman. And Jim, yours is?
It's a 2020 Sprinter 2500 and converted into a camper van by Winnebago.
Winnebago, yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on with this thing. But basically it's the same footprint, same length van, the 140 or 144. So pretty identical.
You have a ladder that is mounted here. It can be taken off and be mounted anywhere down this side on the rail for access to the solar panels, the roof rack, and the air conditioner unit.
That's pretty slick.
But yeah, I mean,
it's pretty slick.
I mean, it's solid too.
Yeah, it doesn't rattle.
Yeah, dead solid. So, you know, the back of the van, we have what we call our garage, where we can put all our toys in, we can store our stuff. The bed is a Euro loft, they call it. It's raised up all the way right now. When it lowers into place, you can see the extensions here, the wings they call them, on the side of the van, meaning we can sleep sideways in this thing, so it's less space needed in the forward cabin. Okay, so on the back of the van here, we have access to hot and cold water. And you can take the shower head, we'll show you that in a while, the actual shower head, and we can put that here, start the water pump from here, and you can take a shower outside of the van. Also, we have this thing right here, which can plug in here, and it's a spray nozzle power hose to wash off stuff, you know,
yeah,
waders,
bikes,
waders, whatever you want from this point too. This for the rear of the van, and you can take this and roll it back up, or here from the inside the screen can drop down, so when you're in bed the screen can be raised up or down. Okay, this side of the van is if you're going to go to a campground with power, a city hookup for your water, so you can pull into a regular, you know, commercial campsite if you're not going to be off the grid. Plug your power cable into them, have power your van instead of using the batteries. You can also do a city fill, have the water hose hook up so you're not using your water tank, so you'd have fresh water from their source. This is a cassette waste container, if you so choose to use the bathroom in these things. This bottom one right here is a gray water drain. So you just boom, I drained this the other day for the first time. You pop it, pull that out for the air, and boom, and it's gone. It's good stuff. A lighting right there for outside. And these are all low use LED lights.
So, comparison to the two, Jim's van, the REVEL, has the automatic awning. This is the manual Fiamma awning, which is fine. One thing I do wish it had LED lights under it, but no big deal. Then coming to the back, the bumper from Illumina, the bumper and box, and you know, like I said in the last video, these fuel tanks are so small compared to what I'm used to, and for towing anything, these things just suck fuel. So carry extra fuel and tow straps, things like that. You can throw a generator in there. They are great boxes. A spare tire carrier. The rigid lights back here are super bright, and then the Illumina steps on both sides. I actually have a roof rack on the way from Illumina, and talked to Dave at Illumina about different ways of installing a ladder. I don't necessarily want one hanging off the side. I'm in the timber and woods a lot, so I just get worried about trees hanging up on the ladder. So what I'm looking to do is have the ladder off the back instead of hanging off the side. One other thing, the comparison between the two, Jim's van has that fairing that kind of bumps out, so they sleep perpendicular to the van, where our bed basically flips up and you sleep long ways. This came about, I originally wanted a front bumper with a winch and the whole system, and I didn't have a ton of money to throw at this thing initially, so added this this past spring. This is a backwoods bumper with a Warren winch, and it is super slick. These lights on here are incredibly bright. This is all you need. I mean, these things are so impressive. Going into hunting season this fall, I could not be without this winch. When I did get buried last fall with the tow strap and come along, I was like 5 feet away from a tree. So had to hike miles out and had a rancher pull me out with his tractor the next morning. So no big deal, but in this country, you just have to be prepared. Interiors, we'll start with the Winnebago. I'm really excited about getting to the inside of this. So
this is basically our freshwater side over here. This is if you want to do a tank fill with a traditional hose hookup.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then right here is a gravity tank fill, which is much easier. You don't have to deal with all that stuff. We have 2 freshwater drains. Sort of when you are draining your tank, there's a plug underneath this right here. You pull these and then it'll drop the water out of the kitchen line and the shower line. Here we have controls for the awning. We have it out right now, so boom, we just push one button in, it would retract. The awning light, the LED strip that we have going right now, and then we just have these are the lights for underneath the step. Just an extension here of your sort of kitchen area where you have your cooktop, your sink, and this gives you some extra work surface. Also, the next thing that you do with this is getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but this pops down, and then these cushions convert to, if you had a third person, the top cushion comes off, goes there, the other one comes here, and it becomes another one-person bed over here. In van dining setup, I guess, work surface. You can both sit across from each other, have your dinner if you want to eat inside. We've got a lot of tracks here to mount different things. We have USB hub ports for charging your phones or laptops, whatever. That's that. This is sort of cool. These windows are sort of cool. We have a screen or blackout for night. Here's a control center for everything on the interior of the van. We have what they call one place. You have your tank levels, your battery levels, and also your what position your water pump is on. Right here's a switch for your actual water heater. You can do that from here or also in the back where I showed you earlier. Here's the inverters here for converting the DC power to AC. This is the solar charge control unit. You can see we're fully charged right now, 13.6 volts, and that thing charges up really fast. Really a nice system. Up here is the furnace, the hot water, and the fan for the system. So that's when you get everything going there. You just turn it all on. These are just light switches we have in the van. So, you know, additionally, you do have room for 2 more people with just lap belts in this system. I believe in the 21s, they do have a shoulder mount for 1 person, shoulder harness. But you know, they do have a conversion for that. But I think for the amount of time anybody would be here for us, that I think the lap belts will be just fine. Okay, so here's a little kitchen area. We have just an induction cooktop, 1 burner. Bought this thing sort of nice for on top of these things so you won't beat up the whole surface for cooking on. It's sort of a nice little feature. Here's the sink, sort of a neat little unit here. Pops up and has a pump that you pump the water out when you're done, and when you're not using it, of course, you have a nice continuous work surface here. Refrigerator, ice maker, or not ice maker, but a little freezer. Pretty standard, but man, it's really worked well. Runs off the AC and puts no strain on the system as far as battery usage, what we could tell, so sort of cool. Then we have just storage drawers. Sort of nice system. 1 overhead storage over the sink. And then sort of a little pantry thing here. Kind of all shelves in here. You know, plenty of storage for, you know, the amount of days that we'd stay out. It'd get a little tight, I think, if you lived in these things. This is just a exhaust fan for the van. This is the bathroom, shower, and cassette toilet down there. Shower head over here. We're going to just use this for storage, and it's great, almost like a dang, you know, linen closet. So anyway, we're just going to use it for storage. I think we'll probably, when we use the shower, we'll use it on the exterior. But again, you have the ability to have a full inside shower here if you so choose. This is the air conditioning unit that we looked at on the roof. This is the inside control for that. You know, you really can't run that very long, only probably about 2 hours on the battery system. So this you'd probably want to be plugged into a campsite using the AC power hookup for that if you needed to run it for a long time. But you know, weren't great. So we found this company that's doing a specific mattress for the Revel, and it's 2 inches of cooling gel foam, nice organic cover that zips all the way off for cleaning. The second outing we went out, we did this. We had this company Mattress Insider shipped us this thing, and man, what a difference for comfort.
All right, that Winnebago Revel is pretty badass. So a lot of you guys have seen this van, seen it in use before, but we'll take you through it. So obviously, the great thing about this van is, you know, we're out hunting all day, fishing, whatever. We come in with muddy boots. I'm not worried about getting things muddy in here. So right now we're in the living room. Right now we're in the kitchen. Right now we're in the bedroom. Obviously the great thing about this is it is modular. This sink unit, this kitchen unit, the galley, comes out 2 thumb screws and it slides out. The great lighting throughout here. You know, this is nice and open. It's super easy to clean. And again, I'm a home builder, so these beds flip up. But I do want to point out this Dometic fridge cooler. So this thing is super cool. I mean, super efficient, does everything we need. Get it out of the way. It's AC and DC. It's perfect for what I need. Again, these beds, super simple. Flip up out of the way. and latch back. Done. Same on this side, and then you have all of this room for bikes, storage, loading different materials in. So the other thing about this, everything in this is super efficient, and I love that Beartooth VanWorks has this as an option. So heat source in here is a diesel heater. It's a Webasto heater, thermostat, all the controls are right under there, super efficient. We take this thing ice fishing all year long. So that diesel heater is about as good as it gets. So Beartooth VanWorks, they have many different lines that they do. They are a total custom builder when it comes to these vans, so definitely check them out. So again, in the galley, what we have here, again, super simple, 5 gallons of fresh water, 5 gallon for gray water, and then just a simple propane tank that is never filled all the way up for safety reasons. And then we have our coffee area. Then we have the little bar here. And then of course the cooking area. So 2 burner, sink, water pump. Pretty nice. And don't have to worry about things freezing, and take the tanks out, drain it super quick. Definitely put this rod rack to use. Okay, so a lot of interest in these overhead bins. So again, these were done by Beartooth VanWorks. They do them in any color you want, and we ended up putting this walnut on it to match the rod rack. So these are modular. They, as you see, they unscrew and come out, and I thought I would actually pull them off at times, but I haven't ever put them up, and they're done. So they're pretty permanent. It is great to have these open bins so you can see everything. Nothing ever falls out of it, so I really like them. Big fan of these bins. All right, you guys, thanks for watching, and tell us if you have any questions. Hit that subscribe button, and whether it's the Beartooth VanWorks custom build or
The Winnebago REVEL.
either way, we're living in a van down by the river. Thanks for watching.